Hello and welcome to this short training on the 3 biggest mistakes that keep business owners stuck, working more hours than necessary. So I love helping people to free up time and to be able to continue to still raise their income whilst they do it. So I talk often about halving your time, so 50% less delivery time, whilst tripling the income that you have within your business, which is the result I have got for some of my clients. So I find this a lot, that you might see yourself working 60-hour weeks and you think it's normal until you realise that it's not actually sustainable. And it can be so easy to get into a cycle of doing one-to-one work and exchanging time for money. I've done it myself, especially in my very first business where I was taking orders. So I was making a physical product, taking orders, and that'd be for one person, and there was like no way that I could scale it in that way, serving people in that way. So it's about being able to shift that and be able to stop trading time for money, look at how you can structure your business in a different way and adapt so that you can have the time that you're delivering but still increase your income. But I'm going to say increase it with impact, because I know that myself and the people that I work with, they still want to have an impact on the people that they help, their ideal clients. So today I'm going to share 3 mistakes that I see the most often that keep business owners stuck, working more hours than necessary. Okay? Mistake number 1 is charging per hour. So charging per hour is exactly trading your time for money. And I think we get used to doing this because this is the way employment is set up. We get charged for our labour per hour. However, when you're in a business, it is very different. And this is because the work that you do is not just in delivery. There is work outside of delivery. So when I talk about delivery, I'm talking about serving your clients. So if you're in a service-based business, this is the time where you might be spent one-to-one with clients. It'd be serving them. So if you're a coach, it's when you're coaching and mentoring. Or if you're a therapist, it's when you're doing therapy sessions. Whatever business you're in, it is when you're delivering in that way with your clients. So when you're charging for your time, but you're not factoring in the work outside of that, or maybe you're not even doing work outside of that, because I see this a lot too, where there's no marketing, there's no sales activities, and that's the story for another day, but that impacts your business too. But you need to think about that time that you spend outside of that in order to get the clients. You're still working and you deserve to be paid. And this caps your income. Charging per hour caps your income because it drains your energy. Because if you're working on a one-to-one basis and you're charging per hour for that, you only can do so many hours of service, and then you can only earn so much money. Because obviously you energetically are only available for so many hours, especially in a situation where you may be a mum and you have children, or maybe you're a carer and you have responsibilities, or maybe you just don't like working past 5 o'clock like me, right? So in those situations, it is draining your energy because you're stuck in this one-to-one cycle and you're charging per hour. So this is the number 1 mistake that I see. So instead, what you want to do is you want to transition into value-based packages and outcome-driven pricing. You want to scrap the idea of charging per hour, and instead you want to charge based on the outcome that you can deliver. And today I'm not going to go into my business and methodology too much, because this is something I do on a different day. This is the way I do these sessions is I deliver a training, which is this one. I will then deliver an audit, and then I will tell you what I'm working on in business right now, because I think this is really important to showcase and take you on the journey with me. And one of the things I have worked on recently is actually shifting my pricing, because it's about taking myself seriously as a business owner and actually stepping into outcome-driven pricing. And it's not that I was charging per hour anyway, because I wasn't, but it's about coming away completely from that and thinking about value-based packages, how you can deliver excellent service and an outcome, and charge for that. Because your ideal clients will have a value on the outcome that you deliver. One example of this is I have a value on the outcome I can get for the health coaching that I pay for. right? I could have gone and paid for a cheap, affordable membership, and I have done that. I have done that in the past year. But that did not get me the results that I want. The plan didn't suit me. So instead, I, after experiencing that, valued paying more for the outcome of having that personalised plan that works for me and my ADHD brain. And this is how people buy. You need to think about how your ideal clients buy in part of this. But coming back to the first mistake that I'm sharing with you, it is charging per hour. So I'd like you to think about and recognise and reflect on your price points, and are you charging per hour, and how can you come away from this and lean towards value-based packaging and outcome-driven pricing. The second mistake I see when it comes to working more than necessary and keeping you stuck is that there is overcomplicating offers. So this is something that I, again, personally have done, and I'm always transparent and honest about this, and this is something I've definitely come away from, especially last year, the end of last year, and a lot this year. But I'm still seeing this in business. I am still seeing this mistake consistently being made from business owners, where there are too many small, scattered offers with no clarity and no scalability. Now, I am going to be I'm going to contradict myself a little bit, in the sense that I understand that when you're new, you're building an audience and you're becoming known, you want to get visible, having small offers is a really good idea to start building traction. However, over a longer period of time, if you have lots of little small scattered offers here and there, especially with no clarity and no scalability, then what's happening is you're having to chase the clients to book into those offers. Unless you've created an ecosystem where people will buy one offer and then, like every month, imagine doing a new offer every month, which I see a lot, it becomes overcomplicated. Unless people are buying every single month because they love what you're doing, you deliver, which can happen, and it creates a consistent regular income. Unless that is happening, it might be that your offers are overcomplicated and too scattered. So because of that, you need to get clarity and you need to think, how can you scale what you have? My recommendation for this is to create one core scalable offer that can grow with you. The rest of your offers can be passive income, can be things like memberships, can be courses, whatever you want to do. But the main thing is you have at least one offer that is scalable and can grow with you. And it might be the membership that is the thing that you want to scale. But it's definitely something I want to plant a seed in, because I see this mistake a lot. Overcomplicated offers, too many, they're all scattered, there's no clarity, the message is not clear, and often 9 times out of 10, like, people market an offer, it doesn't sell, so they leave it and then they create a new one. And this is overcomplicating things because it's not staying focused and it's not staying consistent enough to generate the income you desire. And I guarantee that it's taking up way too much time to create it, because I see a lot of people create it first to market it, and then also to realise that it hasn't got no interest and then do it all over again. We want to break the cycle, and this is the work that I do. I love to break the cycles with you when it comes to the way you spend your time within your business and the way that you make money. This is really important in order to be able to get the outcome of reducing your delivery time by 50% whilst tripling your income. So remember, one core scalable offer that grows with you. The third mistake that I see is a lack of systems. This one is my biggest bugbear. I can deal with people having limiting beliefs over the prices they charge. I can deal with people not being completely clear on their offers. It's usually due to lack of support, and it's usually due to lack of clarity as well. However, one thing I can't deal with is lack of systems. I truly believe that everyone should put systems in place right from the very beginning of your business. I see this happening with amazing entrepreneurs that have got amazingly successful businesses, but you can see the way they're growing the business and the lack of systems that are in place that is going to affect them in the long run. So what I'm talking about here is when it comes to onboarding, creating from scratch and chasing clients, there's a lot of time being wasted when you can actually create repeatable processes and use automation. There is a lot of resistance to automation, and I completely understand it, especially in this day and age when it is well known, and I've been sharing the importance of inserting the human being into what you do. And what I mean by that is having conversations, getting to know the people in your audience, in your world, and the people that are buying from you. It's really important. But what I would advise you do is to be able to set up repeatable processes. So, for example, onboarding sequences, processes, and systems that you can repeat for each services with a minor adjustment and tweak. Not creating things from scratch. A lot of the time people create content from scratch their marketing from scratch, when I guarantee you there's a lot that you've already done that you can recreate. And then also lack of systems, meaning that there's chasing clients. So when it comes to sales, a lot of people chase brand new clients all of the time, which we do want to have new people coming into your world. Absolutely. We need that visibility. You need fresh eyes on what you do, because customers have a lifetime cycle, right? They have there's a customer value, the customer lifetime value. So people in your world will spend a certain amount once they come in, and then they'll last for so long, off they go again. So obviously we need to replenish that income. But what happens here if you're not creating a lifetime cycle with a client, so they're coming on buying one thing and off they pop, you're then having to replenish faster, much quicker, and do more work in order to maintain the baseline income of your business, which massively affects your time, because then you're spending more time chasing clients when actually you could sell to the people that are already working with you, obviously bearing in mind impact and helping them, so selling something that they need, definitely. But you could also check in with people that are previous clients. There's definitely need for a system in place for this, so you're not having to chase brand new people all the time. Other things you can do, which is really popular at the minute, is referral schemes. We have just set up a really good referral incentive within my membership at the moment, and I'm so excited for this and to see who gets involved. So definitely think about repeatable processes and automation, how you can use them within your business, so that you're not wasting time onboarding, you're not wasting time creating from scratch, and you're not wasting time chasing clients. If you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, this is exactly what I help you solve inside the Time Rich Mastermind. In 6 months, we focus on packaging, pricing, and systems so you can work less whilst earning more. So if you want to join and you'd love to come into that and discover how you can do exactly that, then please do reach out and get in touch. And then my final call to action for you right now is, if you want to learn more about how you can work on this time management aspect and build your time rich lifestyle, I am sharing a talk on stage at my own event at Innovation Celebration 2025 this year. There is not long to go. In just 30 days, the ticket sales will close. Well, less than 30 days now. 31st of September, October, we're in October. 31st of October, so Halloween, the ticket sales for Innovation Celebration are coming to a close for 2025. And not only that, if you are in the room on the day, you are going to get a preview at next year's event and the early bird offer. And I can't wait to spend the time with you, get to meet you in person. So if you'd love to join us in Leeds, get to hear me talk more on this topic, but also learn from the experts that I have previously worked in over the last 4 years to start, grow, and begin to scale my business, then come and get in the room and learn from them. Plus, it's not just that, it's not just about absorbing information, it's also about building relationships, building connections, and getting to know new people in this business space, but in person. And I'm really excited for this. So if you'd like to get your ticket, if you're on social media, head to my link in bio, you can purchase it there, or pop me a message and I'll happily send you the link and the details so you've got all of the information. It's happening on the 21st of November 2025. We'll begin at 10 a.m. here in Leeds at Thorpe Park Hotel and Spa, which is a 4-star venue that I cannot wait to bring you into and be a part of. And that's it for this week. So definitely think about The 3 mistakes that I've talked through that keep possibly keeping you stuck working more hours than necessary. Are you charging per hour, and how can you come away from that? Are you overcomplicating your offers, and how can you create a scalable offer that grows with you? And do you have a lack of systems in place and you're wasting time? So how can you make things better by creating repeatable processes and having automation? Some food for thought for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you resonate with any of this, and if you want the details of the Time Rich Mastermind or Innovation Celebration 2025, get in my inbox, and I'd love to see you on the inside or in person on the day. Bye for now. Thank you.